Hope you can see me. Welcome back. We're going to do our calendar to start with today. So if we look up here, we can see our marker is on 26. And if we go all the way up, there's that TH where we get to stick our tongue out. Thursday. So we're going to start with Thursday, March 26th, right, with our TH at the end. And then our year, 2020. So let's do that. Today is Thursday, March 26th. Where's 26th? There it is. I'm trying to do this backwards. 26th, 2020. Now, if we were going to write this with numbers, right, like we do, we have the 3 for March, the 26 for the day, and the 20 for the year. And today is the 135th day of school. So there's a 1 in the hundreds column, a 3 in the tens column, and a 5 in the ones column. So that's 100 plus 30 plus 5. Our schedule for today, it's Thursday, of course, so it would look something like this. We always start with reading. Then we'd have recess. Then we have art. Today we're going to do some tessellations. Then we would have math with bingo. I'm trying to figure out a way for us all to do bingo next week. Bear with me. And then we'd have lunch, and by the time we get back, there's just like 12 minutes, so we usually have some free time after lunch, and we actually all go home early on Thursdays, so that'll be nice. Let's get started. So yesterday, the other day, we read the Scrambled States of America. Today, we're going to read another book about the United States. This one's called How to Make a Cherry Pie and See the USA. Now, there's going to be some traveling in this book, and we're going to be looking at the map. This is the map actually from the Scrambled States. So we're going to reference the map to see where we're going. Of course, we'll start in California because that's where we're from, or where we live now, I guess. All right, how to make a cherry pie and see the USA. So, this is this little girl, and she's saying, in the mood for cherry pie? Let's get started. First, mix flour and salt in a bowl. What, no bowl? You'll definitely need a bowl. Also a pie pan, a rolling pin, a measuring cup, a pastry slab, or just your counter, a set of measuring spoons, and some pot holders, which you can get at the cook shop. All right, let's go to the cook shop. So there she is at the cook shop, and it looks like it's closed. Hi, Emmett, how are you? We can see you up there. But the cook shop happens to be closed. So what do we have to do? It says, go to New York and hail a taxi. Ask the driver to drop you off at the corner of Pennsylvania and Ohio. Oh my gosh, how are we going to get to New York? Well, we'd have to get on an airplane or take a really long car ride. So we would start here in California. And we'd go up here to New York, all the way across the country. What are we going to do in New York? Well, let's find out. Then find the, did I miss something? No, then find the closest coal mine. Oh my gosh. Coal is used to make steel, and you need steel to make your pie pan. Take the trolley deep underground and fill a bucket to the brim. Don't forget your hard hat and your flashlight. Wow. It's a lot of work for pie. Where are we going now? Next, ride a riverboat down the Mississippi River. It takes as long to sail it as to spell it. Now, we'll end up docking in Louisiana. So now what do we have to do? We're going to have to start again in New York here. And we're going to have to get to, let's see where I am. Well, if we go all the way down the Mississippi, the headwaters of the Mississippi are all the way up here in Minnesota. And the Mississippi River goes all the way down, and it ends here at the Gulf of Mexico, near Louisiana. And I think we're going to Louisiana next. Let's find out. If the boat docks in Louisiana at lunchtime, eat a bowl of gumbo. Ooh, gumbo. It's like seafood stew. It's yummy. Then go to a cotton farm and pick an armful of cotton for your potholders. There we go. Catch an express bus to New Mexico. Oh, goodness. If the bus stops at the northwest corner of the state, take the opportunity to be in 4 places at once. Okay, so where's New Mexico on here? Here's New Mexico. This is called the Four Corners area, and there's a place where 4 states come together, and there's literally like a little visitors, tourist thing there, and you can actually stand in all 4 states at once. So, where were we? Louisiana. Okay, so Louisiana, and now we have to go all the way over to New Mexico, getting back closer to California there. What are we going to do in New Mexico besides stand in the 4 corners? Oh, that was fun. Now, back to work. Your task is to find some clay. A good place to look is down. You're probably standing on it. Dig up enough clay to make a mixing bowl. Look out for cactus needles. There we go. Some of our soil here in California is clay also. Board a train to Washington, the only state named for a president. Rumored to have a set of wooden teeth. Speaking of wood, go to the forest and find a nice branch. Saw off a piece the size of a rolling pin, and then... Okay, well, where were we? New Mexico? So now we're going to go north. From New Mexico, up to Washington. Da-da-da. And after we saw off a branch to make our rolling pin, what are we going to do? Attention, we interrupt this book to report that you have won an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii. Your ship will leave today from California. Hurry, aloha. This is great news because you need sand, and Hawaii has plenty of it. Glass is made from sand, and you need glass to make your measuring cup. Fill a pail with sand. Watch out for falling coconuts. All right, so where did we go? From Washington, Washington all the way out into the Pacific Ocean. Let me just switch hands. Because out in the Pacific Ocean is Hawaii. It's actually a little farther out here. Hawaii is a set of islands. They have a lot of beaches, and beaches have sand, and you need sand to make glass for your measuring cup. So here we go. All right. Ooh. Now make your way to New Hampshire. Oh my gosh. We are busy. To find granite. New Hampshire can usually be found between Maine and Vermont. It's always found between Maine and Vermont. Granite can usually be found on the sides of steep mountains. Rappel. Can you see what she's doing with the rope? That's called rappelling. Rappel down the side of a mountain and chisel a chunk of granite for your pastry slab. If you have counters made of granite or tile, something that's cool to the touch, you can just use your counter. You don't need a pastry slab. But, oh, wait, New Hampshire. See if I can find it on here. There it is. So we were way out here with Hawaii, and now we're going to go whoop, 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 up here. See this blue state? That's where we're going. That's New Hampshire. That's where we got our granite to make our pastry slab. Next stop, Texas. Oh, goodness. To get to Texas, follow the coastline south. When you hit Florida, turn right. Then go straight until you run into a longhorn steer. Stay away from the wild animals, by the way. And ask the steer directions to an oil field. Oh my gosh, this book cracks me up. You can actually ask a person directions to an oil field. Plastic is made from oil. I don't know if you guys knew that. And you'll need about a quart to make your spoons, your measuring spoons, the like teaspoon, tablespoon, those kinds of things. Tip your hat to the oil workers, then head to the airport. So she's got a little cup here, and she's asking for some oil. There's your steer. And where did we go? So what did they tell us to do? We were up here in New Hampshire. Whoop. Follow the coastline, and when you get to Florida, take a right. Whoop. And then we go over to Texas there. You can see where we are in relation to everything else. Whew, I'm getting worn out. I don't know about you guys. Where are we going now? Board a plane flying north. When you're over South Dakota, don't forget to wave to the presidents. So this is one of our national monuments. It's called Mount Rushmore. Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln. Who's that guy? Roosevelt? Yeah. Washington in real life is not winking. This is our national monument. This mountain, though, that they're carved into was actually is sacred to Native Americans. So I'm a little ambivalent about this one. Okay, then chill out in Alaska. Just because it's there. After you've seen the scenery, hurry home. Okay, so where did we go? It's probably cold up there. Where were we just now? Texas. So Texas, there's Texas. And somehow we ended up over one of the Dakotas. Sorry, I need to look at this. Whoop. Up here where the monument is. And then somehow we ended up in Alaska. Now, Alaska is not in the water, even though it looks like it is. Alaska is actually attached way up here to Canada. It's a long story about how we ended up with a piece of land attached to Canada. But anyway. All right, now let's see. After we've checked out the penguins and the polar bears and all the melting glaciers, let's see where we're going to go. Are we back home yet? That would be nice. Yes, oh my gosh. So here's what we're going to do. Now she's going to make the pie. Whew. Now all you have to do is process the coal, mix it with iron, and roll it into flat sheets and form the sheets into a pie pan, right? Spin the cotton into thread, weave the thread into cloth, cut and stitch the cloth into pot holders. Carve the wood into a rolling pin, then sand and seal the wood. Shape the clay into a bowl, paint with glaze, then fire. That means you have to cook it at a really high temperature in a special machine called a kiln. Process the oil and pour into spoon-shaped molds. Cut the granite into a square pastry slab, then smooth and polish. Melt the sand until it liquefies, and then pour into a measuring cup mold. So you can see here she is doing all those things. That's a lot. Next, using your bowl, spoons, rolling pin, measuring cup, pie pan, pastry slab, and pot holders, mix the ingredients and bake the pie. Whew. You can see her doing that there. She's mixing the pie. When the pie is cooled, cut into slices with a pie server. If you don't have a pie server, you can get one at the cook shop. But if the cook shop is still closed, and you can see it says closed July 4th week. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to do a lot of traveling again if we want that pie server. Okay, and here's everybody. It looks like they're having their 4th of July parade with everybody that they saw. And that is that. And here at the back of this book, they have the route that they took. Now, where did they start? I don't know where they started. Anyway. What? Well, yes, hi, Emmett. We started in California because that's where we're from. I just wasn't sure where they had started in the book or where this little girl was supposed to have been. The other interesting thing about this book is there is a pie recipe in here somewhere. Where is the cherry pie recipe? Sorry. In the front of the book, there's a cherry pie recipe. If cherry isn't your thing, there's lots of other pies you can make. Mrs. Seeger's, the two that I make most often are pumpkin pie, which is kind of seasonal, and we don't have any more fresh pumpkin. So we won't make any more till the fall, but then Mrs. Seeger's always about an apple pie. So check with your parents That might be something fun to do this weekend. I know some people are doing cooking classes, so that's exciting. Um, we are going to be having art today. We're going to be doing tessellations. So you're going to get your plastic bag that has the two different colors of paper in it. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. Mine seem to have walked off. You're going to need a pencil for tracing and your glue stick. Glue stick. So I will see you later. Have a good day.